Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Jake here with Beyond the Berm. Today we're going to be doing a quick overview on my Gen 4 Glock 19 that I everyday carry. So started out completely stock, and since then I've done a few modifications. First off, we'll start with the fact that I stippled the grip. I did this in-home with a wood burning kit and a very, very fine point, and just took my time. Tried to keep it as straight as possible, but you know, it's not perfect, but it does what I need it to do. It gives a really, really nice texture. It's smooth yet grippy, and really, really nice when your hands are sweaty or anything, wet, whatever. Put a little bit up here for an index point, same thing on the other side of the pistol. It's worked perfect for me so far. Smoothed down the finger grooves a little bit, because the factory, you know, they're a little obtrusive, I guess you can say. I'd really like to see some of the newer ones without the finger grooves. That'd be really nice. Might consider getting into a new one myself just for that. Other than that, I have a Gen 3 trigger and trigger bar. As you can see, there's no serrations on the trigger, and a factory Glock minus connector. I do tend to believe that factory triggers work exceptionally well, especially in carry guns. I don't see a need for any of the aftermarket massively expensive triggers in something you're going to use and abuse every single day. If you want to do it, fine, whatever, your pistol, your preference. But for me, I like to keep them stock. Works good for me. I like to put the money into ammo and other things. Other than that, I have a set of Dawson precision charger sights. Now, they got a nice shelf for one-handed manipulations, and a very, very clear sight picture for good sight acquisition and super cool tactical shit you need to do. Sights have been great. They've held up. They got a little bit of wear on them, but you know, I do carry the gun every day, so that's to be expected. Aside from that, we can move over to the threaded barrel. Now, this is from Lone Wolf. Typically, Lone Wolf is not something I like to endorse. I've had some weird issues with their products, but this barrel was offered to me at a very cheap price, and I couldn't pass it up. It's worked fine. It keeps on chugging. It's plenty accurate, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, that's half the battle. You gotta look cool. So, other than that, polish up some of the factory parts. I have stainless pins in the gun. It's got a factory guide rod. It probably has right around 6,000 to 7,000 rounds through it. Right off the bat, I had some issues with the cerekoted from lipseys. Now, what was happening was, when it was getting hot, the gun was actually starting to gum up, and within the first 500 rounds or so, it was giving me failures to fire, failures to eject, a little bit of everything. And it was caused from the gun being slightly out of battery, just a little bit. I attributed that to the cerekoted being applied too heavily inside of the frame rails of the slide. So after doing some digging in the gun, I scraped out the rails themselves and got all the cerakoting out of there, and it's ran flawlessly since. Really have no complaints about this. It is my go-to tool. I am not a Glock guy, I guess you can say, but I do appreciate a good firearm when presented with one, and this has done everything I've needed to do. It's light, it's dependable, it's accurate, and I don't mind if it gets beat up. As you can see, it's seen better days. It is not perfect. It's scratched, it's beat, it's used heavily. I carry it every day. I take all my training classes with it, and I absolutely depend my life on it. I will proudly say that. They make a great product. That's about it. If you guys would like to see anything else, I'll have some shooting videos up of it. We'll be doing some other tabletop reviews on my pistols, my friends' pistols, some rifles that you may have seen in my previous video. And we'll do pretty much anything you guys want. Drop a comment, like, share, subscribe. It's appreciated. Thanks.